Character defamation, cyberbullying, image defamation, cyber stalking. What has it got to do with the campaigns of the First Lady? This is our focus today. Let's have this discussion already. Aisha Buhari, you used to be slim. Now you are fat, feeding on poor people's money. This has landed a 500 level student of Federal University, Dutse, Jigawa State in prison. Aminu Mohammed was alleged to have been picked up by the aides to the First Lady, Aisha Buhari, from his campus and taken to Bauchi State to face the First Lady. He was alleged to have been tortured before the First Lady, and he has now been remanded in custody for cyberbullying and cyber stalking. This is just a summary of what was said to have transpired between the First Lady, Aisha Buhari, and a Nigerian youth, Aminu Mohammed. Let's get a first-hand information from Barrister Monday Obani, former second vice president, Nigerian Bar Association, NBA. Watch.
It started as a rumor. And then what we did under Speedel is to send one of our committed members in Abuja to find out actually what has transpired. And he came out with a very comprehensive report. According to him, what happened was that on 18th of November, a student named Aminu, who happens to be a 500 level student in the Federal University in Dutse, was sort of abducted by security agents who came in a red Corolla Toyota. He was still wearing his jalabia, meaning that he was still probably in his morning dress. He has not been properly attired. And so they took him, and then he called a day after, 19th of November, to one of the students in the university to say that he was arrested and taken to a place called Bauchi State, and that he will explain what happened to him later when he resumes back. But unfortunately, no word was heard from him until 28th, when a newspaper broke out the story that the student was arrested at the instance of the wife of the president. Police came out initially to deny that they didn't have such knowledge of such an incident, and nobody of such name was in their custody. DSS did, but eventually turned out to be that it was police, who happens to be the security aide of the wife of the president that actually effected the arrest. The story is that he was brought before the president's wife, and then was tortured and humiliated, and then taken to custody. So people started now to write, including Speedel and other bodies started to raise alarm about the arrest and how illegal it was. And what was the story is that the president was accusing the young man of alleging that she's feeding fat on the people's money, that she has actually added some flesh, which she considered to be maybe cyber stalking or cyber bullying. So we started to raise the issue that if he has committed any offense, he should be charged to court and not been kept in an indefinite detention. More so when the story is that he has not been allowed access to any lawyer or to his relations. And so the report now added that yesterday he was secretly arraigned.
The way the high and mighty in the society disrespect the rule of law is alarming. Aminu Mohammed was arrested, and the security agencies are not even aware of his arrest. The truth is that he was abducted, taken to an unknown destination, tortured and humiliated, and then secretly arraigned before the court to be prosecuted. And now he is in custody. His only offense is that he made a tweet commending the First Lady for feeding fat on poor people's money. A tweet the First Lady find very offensive. I think the First Lady should ask her husband, President Muhammadu Buhari, how many times he has been insulted as Mr. President. You occupy public office and you expect everyone to love you. That's not possible. It doesn't happen anywhere. Now, check out what Barrister Obani said again on this issue. Watch.
The people who occupy public office must be very tolerant. because the issue of maybe somebody jabbing at you or criticizing you will always be there. It happens all over the world, where people who occupy either their relations or people who occupy public office, people will always, say certain things about you. The former president's wife, Mrs. Jonathan, was it goes viral every time. She was called names, all manner of names. We never had a situation where she ordered security agents to go and arrest any person. So when you're occupying public, I am not even a public officer, but I open my Facebook at times, I see people criticizing, oh, Bani, you are the one who brought us into the mess we're in today. You are part of the people who canvassed and cajoled and advocated. I mean, I've been called names every day. And it wouldn't make me to go and begin to order, police to go and arrest somebody, because you're a public officer. The moment you are there, you have to be a bit tolerant. If you don't have level of tolerance, you begin to arrest everyone, because immediately they criticize you. The next thing that you send police or DSS to go and arrest them. So I think that what has been said, that the president's wife has added some flesh. If you look at the woman, when she came, she was looking slimmer. But today, she has added flesh, actually. And that is the truth. She has added flesh. And we can't pinpoint anywhere she's working for these 8 years, 7 years. She's a wife of the president. So if the young man says so, and you feel offended, if you have been cyberstalked or bullied, you can ask police to invite him and let him be interrogated in a very civilized manner if you feel offended, but not the manner in which he was abducted and then taken to custody, and then no access to lawyer, no access to relation, and the next thing that you have arraigned him, we don't even know the condition of the arraignment, we don't even know what has happened, thereafter. So I don't think it's proper. We cannot in any way use a sledgehammer to kill a fly.
Exactly. As a public office holder, how many people do you think you can arrest for speaking ill of you? How many? The former First Lady, Dame Patient Jonathan, happens to be the most insulted and abused First Lady in Nigeria, if not in the whole of the world. Was it ever heard that anybody was arrested for her sake? No wonder her husband, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, said in 2015 that when he leaves office, Nigerians will be grateful for the liberty and freedom they enjoyed under his watch. It's happening already. In the same vein, recall that the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said in one of his campaigns recently that it was a disgrace to mention the name of the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. For those that have forgotten, here is the video again. Watch.
The other one, that one, I think na statistic we go chop. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it. To mention his name is a disgrace to myself.
In that video, you can see a senior advocate of Nigeria, Festus Keyamo, who was supposed to call his principal to order, laughing out unguarded before the press. Could this be the reason why popular singer and songwriter Idris Abdulkarim referred to Keyamo as the senior advocate of nonsense? Just asking. Now, the running mate to Mr. Peter Obi has replied Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This was how it went down. Watch.
Major political parties appear to have crossed the boundaries of decency to transgress our peaceful activities and our focus on political schedules. On the 29th of September 2022, an eminent group of statesmen under the aegis of the National Peace Conference brought together all presidential candidates to sign a peace accord, which represents an agreed code of conduct for the 2023 presidential elections. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is unfortunate that despite the noble objectives of this initiative, disinformation and misinformation about the Labour Party and its candidate have become fashionable in this election season. Recently, for example, there was a false narrative being spread nationwide that His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi is against the production of oil in the north. Nothing could be further from the truth. His Excellency Peter Obi repeatedly stated at various local and international fora that the greatest physical asset of Nigeria is the vast, rich land in the north, and declared his commitment as a visionary, transformative leader to exploit same for the overwhelming benefit of the Nigerian people. To the architect of consumption to production, oil in the north means more revenue for development, more jobs and opportunities. Earlier attempts to discredit Obi's candidacy through fabricated allegations of demolitions of mosques, internal deportation of northerners, issuance of ID cards, and ethnic hostilities were all resoundingly, conclusively proven to be false and without basis. As if those were not enough, just a few days ago, the presidential candidate of the APC, speaking in Delta State and referring to our presidential candidate, said it was a disgrace to mention his name. While our candidate is quite comfortable with not being mentioned, it is most unpresidential, indecorous, and disrespectful from the candidate who claims his turn at Nigerian presidency. APC's strategy against Peter Obi now appears very clearly centered on promoting falsehood in addition to empty and derogatory personal attacks. And of course, this is because they can find no contentious point of negativity to push.
When one have nothing against the other, the only way out is to toe the line of insult and lies. That's a sign of weakness. This campaign is supposed to be issue-based, but some candidates have left what the issues really are and now attacking other candidates. When you really have something to offer Nigerians, insults and telling lies against your opponent will be the last thing on your mind. That's the truth. Anyways, let's not forget that this is democracy. The rule of law is supreme. If you feel offended, you go to court rather than use your powers as a public office holder to intimidate fellow Nigerians. Tinubu just said Peter Obi's name is disgraceful. Has anybody been arrested or tortured? That's my point. In conclusion, we must seek for an all-inclusive Nigeria where everybody's rights will be protected. To do that, make sure you vote wisely come 2023. I'll see you tomorrow. Please subscribe to this news channel. Let me be your news plug, and I'll keep you updated.